Hi, my name is Shaarang Anirudh. I'm from Mumbai. I'm a lawyer and right now I work as an independent consultant. My band score is 8.5 overall. So I'm going for my master's, my LLM program in London. So and the IELTS score was a requirement to my offer, which is why I undertook the test. So IELTS was highly recommended to me by my peers who are already in the UK. It has a wide acceptability across a number of Commonwealth countries, which is where I was aiming to go and study. And when I went through a test format and the test taking options, they looked convenient and feasible. And the fact that the infrastructure is something I'd heard of before and centers were close by and people were easy to communicate with and reach out to. So it made IELTS a very good option for me to go ahead with. I prefer the computer-based test because we largely work on computers now, right? We don't really work much on paper. So it's the biggest skill if you can give a test in a more comfortable medium, which is the computer. The screen is much more something that I'm comfortable with, and my typing speed is better than my writing speed, to be honest. And it's overall a better way to do it, right? It was more smooth overall than what I found the paper to be. So IELTS actually provided a lot of study material on their front. The website had ample of practice tests to go through, so that was a good way to get a hang of the format and the timing required, because timing is an essential part of whatever you're writing, right? How much ever command over the language you have to be able to fit it in a concise manner in that certain time frame. They also had audio clips for listening, which overall made it very easy to prepare for. So those are some of the materials I used. Additionally, I'm somebody who listens to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks. So my listening preparation went on from there. So that is something I would recommend people to do. And you have to read a lot. My work pushes me to read a lot, but if you're preparing for IELTS, you have to read, not just, it's good to read the study material too, but apart from that, you have to be savvy with reading a whole different bunch of literature like newspapers or even your fiction stories, and all of this help together. That's how it's about building command over the language, right? That's what helps you get the test, do the test better. So the test center was not far from home. I live in Goregaon, the center was in Andheri East. So the infrastructure is much better, is pretty good in Mumbai when you speak of the highway. So I reached by road and I reached well within half an hour, and the center was something, it's a pretty well known location, so no issues with that. It was located in a good tech park which everybody was aware of, so I didn't have to use any form of navigation. I just had to hop on and go. The process was pretty straightforward. I didn't find any hassles on the website. It was easy to find, book my slot and confirm my slot, complete the transaction, etc. My IDP agent also guided me very well. She's always been very helpful. And once I reached the test center, the officials were again, guided me to my place, had a lock. They provide a locker to keep your things, so there's no risk of anything getting stolen. You're not allowed to take a lot of things inside. I had to take some medication during the test, so they were accommodating enough to let me take it when required. So one of the officials just held on to the medicine, and in between they gave me, they just gave it to me when I was giving my test. So that made it easy because it's an eye medication. I couldn't have completed the test without it. And of course, there's always things that you need, right? The offices, everyone helps you. There's water, other basic facilities are there, and everyone is very friendly and cordial. So you don't feel like you're giving a test. It feels like it's something you're doing. Right? It's a pretty relaxed environment, which helps. There's no one weighing you down over there. So that's something I really appreciate. So I think the overall experience was very great, very efficient and very friendly. So I didn't actually have any issues when I came. Like I mentioned, they even let me take my medication. The test allows you to choose a color format for your screen, so you can choose the interface which is most comfortable to you, which helps you read better. The audio equipment is very efficient. It blocks out the noise. You can actually focus on listening your tests. If when you change the color of the screen, you can focus on reading the aspects properly. So it's very tech efficient, very progressive, up to date. So I would recommend that while you're focusing on the test and using the test material, you have to focus on developing your language as well, which is that is what will actually help you clear the test. You have to be comfortable with the language. You're reading, the kind of literature you read can't just be only for a test preparation, because it's the reverse. When you're actually reading things like your newspapers, your books, or even consuming content, that's what is going to overall help you prepare better for the test even when you give practice tests for yourselves using the IELTS material, which by the way is very effective. But once you have to be very holistic in your approach, and I know it's an English test, but this becomes like your ticket to go somewhere else, right? So it becomes all the more important. So you have to, this is how you got to get a good grasp of the language beyond only the test, but that is exactly what will help you clear a test with a good score.